In this session, let's understand what do we mean by the alt based shortcuts or the shortcuts starting with the alt key. These are very useful not only for Excel but for all the Microsoft Office applications including MS Word, MS PowerPoint, Outlook, projects, etc. The 2003 and previous versions of MS Office used to have the drop downs, and you can remember that there used to be underlines below some of the important alphabets within a command. So that entire layout has now been replaced by a ribbon based structure. So now you can see the ribbon here on top, and there are various tabs inside the ribbon. Now the moment I press the alt key, you can note that there are some alphabets which are popping up, and these are nothing but indicators of each of those tabs. So if I press A now, so I have already pressed alt and I have just pressed it and left it. After this, let's say I want to go to data tab, I'll press A, and now you can see that I'm already on the data tab. Now within data tab you can see that various commands have been indicated by different alphabets. Now if I want to group this row, I'll press G, which indicates the grouping, and G once more, and now you can see that I can either group rows or columns. Let's say columns and OK. Now you can note that I have grouped this just using keyboard shortcut. Let's say I want to ungroup this once again. I'm using Alt A U U and ungroup the columns, and now you can note that I have ungrouped the columns. So using Alt, you can use most of the functions as well as the commands available on the ribbon very quickly. And these are all sequence of shortcuts. You don't need to hold on to all the keys like you did in the combination of keystrokes. So for example, if you want to add a new row here, let's go to the home tab using the keyboard. So Alt H, I am going to insert, so I, and inserting sheet rows, so R. So my shortcut for adding the row became Alt H I R. Sometimes you may feel that this is a longer shortcut. However, if you use more of it, you really get used to it. There is one more alternative. You can customize your Alt shortcuts by taking them to the quick access toolbar here on the top, or maybe if you have Excel 2010 or onwards versions, you can create your own tab. So Alt keys are really flexible and they allow you to navigate and use various commands in Excel very quickly. Let's look at some of the common examples. Now Alt based shortcuts. For example, I want to insert a worksheet. I'll use Alt H I and S, and you can note that I have been able to add a worksheet on the left hand side of my active worksheet. Let's say I want to use paste special. So I am copying this first and I'm using Alt H V and S for paste special, and you can note that I've got the paste special dialog box open. Let's say I want to clear the data from this sheet. So I'm using Alt H E and A for clearing all of it, and you can note that I have been able to clean it up. So of course you can access various commands using the Alt keys. You just have to follow the sequence which appears on the screen, and your shortcut becomes very easy to follow.